how do you not keep climbing all over the roof when you get the lights all done and you're all done and you're standing on the ground and you look up there, there's a light out there. Oh crap, there's a light out over there. Man, what do I do now? So how do we keep this from happening? You know, this roof here is a simple roof. It's probably maybe a 612, very simple, and it goes down to a 412 where it's very flat. And so with that, this is some things we can do so that we don't have to follow up. And what we can do is we can get a remote timer that we can put in our pocket, and that we can have it turn the power on and we can turn the power off with it. And I'll put a link in the description down there of a 300-foot one, so that way you can do this, so that way you don't have to keep climbing up and down on this roof, so that way you are like, oh man, look at that, I gotta go all the way back up to that peak to get that one light bulb. And usually it's at the hardest spot, and it's not. And so what you do is when you're installing these lights, it's a good idea with them powered on, right? We got them powered on, they're still on, you can see them on with my hand here. As we are installing these lights, we can do 3, and now we can go and we double check to make sure these are all tight. Now, that takes a little bit of time, but is that time a lot better than either having to come back for a callback because you didn't do your thing and make sure all the bulbs are tight, and when that timer cycles on and off, and one time those bulbs don't come on, or is you like climbing up and down on these 12, 14 pitches because you forgot a light bulb that is out at the top of the peak. So I will put a link down there. It's just a little remote. You can hit turn it on and off. I'll put a picture of it here. I'll put a link in there so that way you can see the long range thing, so that way you can be 300 feet away and you can just turn it on and off. If you have a vest, you can put it in your pocket, hit the on button, hit the off button, and then that way if we got a cut, we turn them off, cut it, we can turn them back on, put our male or female back on. And when we do that, that will allow us to make sure that we are having our power off, because we always want to turn our power off when we're cutting the wire. Yes, 120 will kill you. Yes, you can fall off of a roof when 120 hits you and it knocks you down. I've seen 120 knock a guy down. So I had an employee working for us, and I used to have an employee that liked to use his teeth to put the males and females on. So you take the male, use his teeth. I don't recommend it. It'll knock them out, and then you'll have broken teeth. But what you can do is what he would do is do that. Well, there was a ground guy, and he thought he was going to put a male on it, and he put a male up on his lip, and when it did it, it zapped him. It burnt through his lip, and it knocked him down on the ground. So yes, we can get hurt even by 120. So we want to make sure that we don't put hot males on them. We don't like hot males. No hot males. No, we don't like hot males. So hot males are bad when we're dealing with this stuff. If we have to make sure that anytime something comes unplugged, I can get it unplugged by one hand. Anytime a male comes unplugged, it's dead. I can stick my tongue on it, it's not going to zap me. But we want to make sure there's no hot males, that if I stuck my tongue on it, it would do it. And basically what he did is he stuck it like this to get it in there, and it zapped right across his lip and left a mark there and knocked him to the ground. So we want to make sure that we don't have hot males. Hot males are a bad day. You get zappy. We don't want zappy. I don't want you falling off of a roof because you got zappy because you wasn't smart enough to make sure that you didn't put a hot male in there. Anytime something comes unplugged, we got to make sure that it's not hot.